Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of War Thunder. Slightly combined video today, sort of a channel update and War Thunder video in one. Might as well deal with the channel updates first. First of all, reached 10 subscribers. Not a massive amount, but it just happened today. Well, just literally before I started recording this, so thought I'd mention that. So thank you for all of you who subscribed. Definitely appreciate it. And I hope you'll stick around. Hopefully we'll have more subscribers in the future. Next update, not going to be doing so many videos for the next few weeks. One, I've got family down from like staying with us. They live quite far away, about 250 miles or so. So obviously going to be seeing them for quite a lot of this week. And then practically as soon as they go back, I'm going on holiday to Ireland. So going to be gone for then as well. We'll try and get some videos out, because you can schedule videos to, can upload it say tomorrow and then like have it scheduled not to release for another week or something. So I'll probably try and do something like that. It probably will be smaller videos as a result. Maybe not just War Thunder, maybe some of DEF CON or Plague Inc. Evolved, maybe some other games. I'm thinking of maybe doing a few other little Let's Plays. Was going to do Kerbal Space Program before well, it was updated and it broke a lot of the mods, so I'm going to have to wait for that to be fixed. Maybe Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is a pretty fun game. I just need to work out whether I can do videos of it. It was owned by LucasArts, who are obviously now owned by EA, or no longer exist. All the game rights, I think, are owned by Disney and EA, so I have to work out if I'm actually allowed to do videos of Battlefront 2. But yeah, hopefully I can do that. Maybe some other games. Was going to do one on World War II Online, which was one of the first massive multiplayer online first-person shooters. Hope I got that right, but need to get a slightly better graphics card. So yeah, I'll be doing. Basically, I'll probably do a few little Let's Plays and stuff like that. A few other little short videos for the next few weeks. But yeah, there'll probably be a lot less videos being brought out. And that's it for the channel update. Thank you for sticking around. And now I'll move on to the War Thunder bit of the video, which is the tech trees. Now, you're probably groaning, thinking, "Oh, not another tech tree video. There haven't been any tech trees." But there have been updates to the tech tree, which which I'll hopefully show you in about now. Now here you can see we're on a post on the War Thunder forum for the British tech tree. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, we've already seen the British tech tree, but there's been some minor changes. For one, we've got these two little jets at the bottom here, the Venom FB4 and the Hunter F1. Now the Venom FB4, if you look to up here to the right, top right, yeah, the Venom Venom FAW20 is a naval version of the Venom FB4, but the FB4 itself I don't think was on the tech tree. And neither was the Hunter F1. Now the Venom FB4 had a top speed of about 640 miles an hour and 4 20mm cannons, along with 2 1,000-pound bombs or 8 RP3 rockets. And then we've got the Hunter F1. Now the Hunter F1 was extremely fast. I think 715 miles an hour was its top speed, and 2 modified prototypes actually went 727 miles an hour, breaking the speed record for aircraft. Well, the airspeed record, that's the proper name. One of these was actually used quite famously in a stunt during the 1960s, I believe. There was a pilot or air commander, I can't quite remember, but they weren't very pleased with the state the RAF was in. They were quite displeased that there wasn't going to be any aerial displays for the anniversary of the Royal Air Force, the 50th anniversary. So he basically took his jet and the Hawker Hunter and he flew it through Tower Bridge, which wasn't exactly pleasing for the government at the time, and I believe he was according to the wiki, he was invalidated out of RAF service on medical grounds. And well, just a little snippet there. But like I said, extremely fast, 715 miles an hour, while being armed with 4 30mm cannons. So obviously extremely fast and extremely well armed. Could also carry other armaments. something like 3,400 kilograms of weapons could be, or armor, bombs and rockets could be used. Could carry quite a few normal bombs. 32 R80 rockets and four rocket pods with 18 rockets in them each. It's obviously quite powerful, very fast. It did carry air-to-air missiles and air-to-surface missiles, but I believe Gaijin have said they're not going to add them into the game, so won't bother mentioning them too much. So definitely a welcome addition for the higher tiers for the British. I haven't actually unlocked the British jets yet, so I have no idea how they perform. But the Hunter Hawker Hunter F1 sounds pretty fast. Though I must caution the Hunter F1 is an extremely early variant. I believe the first production variant in game, so it could possibly be slower than 715 miles an hour or have slightly worse armament. But still, I think it will be definitely a very, very welcome addition for the higher tiers. Now, if we come over to here, look at the bombers, at first it might not look too different until you see this, the Mosquito B Mark IV. Now again, this wasn't originally in the tech tree, and I actually was confused at first. I assumed it was the Mark VI, but I'd misread it wrong. But I came back and just before I started recording this and double checked, found I'd missed it. Luckily, saw it the second time. Now this was a very early version of the Mosquito bombers. They were used in a variety of roles. We've got the fighter bomber versions, but this is the bomber version. To carry something like 400-500-pound bombs. Not entirely sure of the speed. On the Wikipedia, it's listed as one of the Mosquito variants is listed as 366 miles an hour. And I know they were very fast aircraft, but the ones in game, from what I understand, are well, to put it lightly, nowhere near what they should be. Apparently, they're quite easily outmaneuvered by nearly every aircraft and outrun by quite a few aircraft, despite having a reputation for being able to outrun most enemy aircraft. So not too sure on the top speed, but could carry 400 or 500-pound bombs. It's not a bad armament for it might not be as fast as it should be, but it'll still be probably a lot faster than most other bombers. And well, interestingly enough, one of the Mark IVs was actually converted to carry a 4,000-pound cookie bomb. The same as the ones carried by the Wellingtons. Not entirely sure if we'll get that in the game. Probably not. It was just a modified prototype. But it would be nice if, like, maybe you were allowed to carry that bomb and you got, like, the modified aircraft or something. That'd be quite interesting. But yeah, I doubt we'll get that in the game, unfortunately. It would probably make it ridiculously slow anyway, and with no defensive armament, and it can't really take advantage of, well, it's not going to be used in night raids like it was in real life. It would just be slaughtered, but, yeah, the normal version for 500-pound bombs, definitely a welcome addition. I don't think there's any other changes to the British tech tree. I don't think there's any changes to the, let me think, the American, German, or Russian tech trees either. Maybe some have been moved around, but I don't think there's any extra aircraft that I know of. I was actually kind of disappointed because the Germans still have the, I can't remember the name, the ME262 HG2, which you may have seen in my Luftwaffe Fighters episode, but was never actually produced. But I'll see how Gaijin work that one out. But if we move on to the Japanese, been a few changes here. Some of them are just like moving bombers about. Bombers were moved from the left side to the right side. Nothing major. We've got the KI-101 though, and we got the Kitsuka. Now, I was actually quite lucky. Well, I'd heard they were adding the KI-100. Wasn't sure which variant, but I'd heard they were adding it. I think Lassar, maybe another poster had said they were adding the KI-100. So I did actually cover it in the Japanese tech tree episode. But I'll cover it again. We're getting the KI-100i. There's actually two KI-100i's. The Ko and the Otsu. I believe the Otsu, is it the Otsu? The Otsu is described as a full vision canopy, while the Ko is described as a initial production version. So I'm not sure which one of them we're getting. I don't think there's any difference between them. But it was armed with two 20mm cannons, two 12.7mm machine guns, and had a top speed of 360 miles an hour and could climb to something like 5,000 feet in 6 minutes. So fairly okay aircraft. Not sure where it'll go battle rating wise or tier wise. Could go between the KI-84s if it's anything like on the as the order they've done it. Obviously not doing it in numerical order because otherwise it would come after the 84. So possibly it will go there. Also got the Kitsuka. Now you might be thinking, okay, what's the Kitsuka? Well, we already covered that as well. It's the Kitsuka, otherwise known as the JAN1, which we've already got in the game, or will be getting in the game. It's already on the tech tree. Now, from what I understand, the Japanese Army and the Japanese Navy both designed the JAN. It's also known as the J9Y. So there's already about 2 or 3 different designations for one aircraft. I don't know why we're getting them both. Maybe they forgot to take it off take the JAN1 off of the tech tree. Maybe we're getting both of them. Maybe to fill out we'll get slightly different aircraft, or maybe even the same, just to fill out the Japanese top tiers. Not really sure how this is going to work out. I think I've covered before. It was the JAN1 was quite a bit slower than the ME262, and armament-wise, it was I think 230mm cannons, so 230mm cannons, so worse than the ME262. So maybe we're getting both of them. Not really sure what to make of this. The other change was actually removal from the tech tree. The D4Y5, D4Y4. This was the D4Y that could had 3 rocket-assisted takeoff boosters in the back, and could carry an 800kg bomb, but was used as a kamikaze aircraft. So I'm guessing that's the reason it was taken out. It could have been used as a bomber, probably. I mean, it carried a bomb, unless they've like strapped it inside the aircraft to make it more effective in the kamikaze role. I can't see any reason it couldn't have been used as a bomber as well. Maybe a high-speed bomber. Probably would have gained a lot of controversy though, or you would have got a lot of people using it as a kamikaze and complaining. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not particularly bothered that they've taken it out, but it would have been a kind of unique aircraft if it could have kept the boosters. Well, it says, well, like I said, that it described as rocket-assisted takeoff boosters, so maybe we wouldn't have actually got to use them because I'm no expert on aerodynamics or taking off, but I assume if they're takeoff assistants, you would have used them when taking off. So maybe we wouldn't have actually got them. Maybe it would have just been a bog standard bomber like the rest of them. But yeah, it's always sad to see bombers being taken off of the list rather than being added on. I've been through the rest of the tech trees. I can't think of any other ones that have been changed or any other aircraft that have been added. So I'll probably end the video there, really. So like I've said, the British have got a few jets, a new bomber, the Mosquito bomber. Japanese have lost an aircraft, but have gained the KI-100 and possibly a new jet, depending if it's any different to the JAN1, or if they're still getting the JAN1. So thank you for watching. Hopefully, if you've skipped to this point, or if you didn't watch the channel update, I'll probably leave a little link to skip that bit. But in case you haven't watched it, I probably won't be doing as many videos the next few weeks because holiday and family. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave feedback. Can always do with feedback. Sorry if the video's a bit rushed. Not got much time to do it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.